y'all. UFC 2 breakdowns. We have UFC 279. Diaz versus Ferguson. It's the prelims video. Yo, real quick, I forgot to even say this in the last one. Like, subscribe, notification bells, all that good stuff, please. First up for the prelims, we had Chris Barnett versus Jake Collier. These are two big boys. Barnett's a tiny big boy, and Collier's a tall big boy, but they're both big boys. Barnett's the guy. He's a cannonball. This guy. He's like dancing, doing flips, doing crazy taekwondo kicks. He weighs like 270 pounds, and he's like 5'10" or something like this. It started out real fast and crazy. They were just in there, just boom, 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 and like Barnett got hurt real bad. Like down on the ground, looked like it was over. Somehow he survived. He got a big cut over his left eye. It was leaking. And then, okay, so his eye, and like literally his eye was shut almost immediately. It was crazy. Now Joe Rogan in DC, and I noticed this also. It's not like they said it and I thought it was wrong. Something was going on with Barnett's lip, where it was looking like his whole face was drooping, like he had a stroke or something. They thought he might have had some nerve damage, but Dana White said he had he had a shattered septum, but that was it. He was cleared medically, so maybe this dude just got like a super big animated mouth, which actually seems appropriate. Shouts out to his post-fight speech, right? But yeah, both DC and Joe Rogan brought it up. They kept bringing it up. They were talking about it the whole fight. Even some of the reporters asked Dana about it in a post-fight conference. But yeah, apparently he's fine from that. Yeah, this was a fun fight. It was crazy. Collier really looked like he was winning for the majority of the fight, but I mean Barnett really stayed in there against all odds. Like, I can't believe Derek Lewis fell down and they stopped the fight. At some point, Collier went for like a leg lock when he was on the ground, but like, you know, like they so big. Like Barnett did defend it, but also they're just too big for that. It just didn't work. You can't leg lock when you got 600 pounds laying on top of each other, right? It just don't work. It's crazy. Like Barnett ground and pounded Collier for like 10 minutes. So long. It wasn't 10 minutes. It was within one round, but just it seemed like he was ground and pounding them forever. Like I ain't never seen a heavyweight get hit by another heavyweight in a full mount for that long, and they didn't stop it. But you know, they're both really tough guys. Collier's tough. Barnett's tough. Collier somehow managed to survive that ground and pound. Just wouldn't go out. I mean, and it was bad. Like it was bad. Like he looked like he was gonna go out, but he just stayed conscious, kept defending. And I think Barnett was a little tired, so he wasn't hitting him as hard as he normally would have. And he was hurt, he was damaged, blood leaking in his eye. He was injured, you know, nose shattered. Yeah, man, it was crazy. It was a really good fight. Even when it was stopped, like, I feel like Collier could have argued, because he didn't seem like he was out. He didn't even seem dazed. He just seemed like he was just in a bad position he couldn't get out of. But you know, there was a lot of warnings, and he was on the bottom taking a lot of punishment from a very big, strong dude. So they went ahead and stopped it right there. Barnett did a front flip to a seated position. He weighs almost 300 pounds. Like just boom. That dude crazy, man. But when Joe Rogan came in the ring to interview him, he became Pastor Barnett. And I don't know if he's literally an ordained pastor, but that's what it seemed like from this post-fight interview. Just saying. Joe Rogan asked him something, and he just talked for 3 minutes about something else. And then Joe Rogan asked him another question about the fight, and actually had to interrupt him. Like literally just, here's the next question, because he just was going. Like, I mean, to be honest, if I had a post-fight interview, it would go like this. So don't misunderstand me. I'm not talking shit about Barnett. I'm factually relaying what happened. So Barnett starts, so Joe interrupts him, asks him another question, and Barnett almost answers that question and then starts talking about something else for like 10 more minutes. There was one moment, though, at the end of his fight where Barnett starts talking to the crowd and he's yelling. This moment, it choked me up a little bit. He's yelling like, you know, this is because of you. This is all because of you. He's like, I heard you chanting, Barnett, Barnett. And as he said that, the crowd started chanting with him. And just that moment Just him being humble and giving the credit to them and thanking them, and just, I don't know, something about that, like, just, fourth wall breaking moment where he's like, I heard you chanting. Oh, it's moments like that make me love the UFC, right? I'm not a big fan of this sport as a whole. I'm not a fan of any sport as a whole. It all seems rigged. It's about that money. Kamzat's 8 pounds overweight. We'll just change the whole fight card to more interesting moneymaker fights. I'm not saying it was all set up. What I am saying, though, is that people in power will capitalize off your disaster every time, whether they create it or not. Y'all better pay attention. Yeah, Barnett, after his interview, they started playing that song "Walk It Out." So Barnett, of course, being from the A, starts walking it out. He's in there dancing like he don't weigh 100 pounds, just like he was flipping like he don't weigh 300 pounds. Yeah, Barnett TKO round 2. Next up, Cody Garbrandt was in the crowd early, checking out the prelims. Jamie Pickett and Dennis Tululin. Tululin appeared to land a huge cup shot that sounded and looked just like a cup shot, and Jamie Pickett grabbed his crotch immediately. And then on the replay, you could see clearly that Tululin kicked him in the stomach. So it's not fair. Tululin argued it immediately. Tululin's first attack after that fake, like it was fake groin shot, Pickett gets timeout. They start again. He threw that kick immediately again. Immediately, the first thing he threw after getting warned about a low blow was the exact same shot, because he knew he kicked him in the abs. It did sound like a gut shot. Shouts out to how hard Jamie Pickett's abs are, right? It sounded like a cup shot. Tululin, man, this dude hits hard. He hits hard, and he was just pressure and pace, just on top of Pickett the whole fight. And Pickett is moving, trying to keep him off him, and Tululin is just on him. They're both kicking quite a bit. There was a point where they both, Pickett was like throwing a kick and Tululin was throwing a knee, and his knee hit Pickett like underneath his leg in the crotch region. This one may have been an actual low blow. It could have been in the thigh, but it could have actually been a low blow just because of the placement. But it was clearly inadvertent. They were both throwing kicks at the same time with their legs mixed up in each other. The ref took a point from Tululin for the inadvertent groin shot. It was like, this is the second one. It's like, damn, man, like I thought we was using replays. Like the first groin shot wasn't a groin shot, and the second groin shot was super inadvertent. They both were throwing kicks. Their legs were intertwined. Point taken. Anyway, so after that, Tululin came out like a man on fire and just never stopped throwing, never got up off Pickett. He threw a big frame elbow from the clinch that put Pickett down. He landed big elbows. He landed a big elbow that was just as clean as Sirgon's donkey punch to the back of the head, but it was an elbow to the back of the head. So Jamie Pickett's down on his hands and knees, and Tululin's above him, and he just elbowed him in the back of the head. And it's crazy because Mike Beltran had just taken a point, didn't even say watch the back of the head. People are going to be like, this is the back of the head guy. I'm not. I call it how I see it. And I do love this sport, and I will appreciate the wonderful and entertainment that they give us. I shouldn't have said entertaining twice. Vivid entertainment that they give us, right? Illustrious entertainment that they give us. I got a vocabulary. It's early. But I don't like it when someone gets hit in the back of the head and the ref doesn't even say, watch the back of the head. Just say, watch the back of the head, dude. That's all I'm asking. It's different if they don't see it. But if I could take pictures of you looking at the headshot, like I don't even know if Mike Beltran saw that, right? So I'm not even faulting Mike Beltran. But I got pictures of Mark Goddard and Sirgon just looking at it like, wow, that was a good hammer punch to the back of the head. And people are still arguing in the chats like, no, it didn't affect. Who cares? I'm not saying it affected the fight. I didn't say Sirgon didn't win. I said Sirgon Donkey Kong punch tied to Avasa in the back of the head. And people was like, hey, the fight was already over. Who cares if the fight was already over? Did he illegally punch this dude in the back of the head at 250 pounds plus, donkey punch style, while he was bent over and defenseless? It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, this guy got kicked in the nuts. Yeah, but when he got kicked in the nuts, he was already defeated. Did he get kicked in the nuts? Cool. That was my point. My point was, look at this illegal blow. It's huge and uncommented on by the referee. That's my point, right? Big elbow to the back of the head. Just like basically, this guy's on his hands and knees, and this guy is basically like crouching, kind of standing over him from behind, like almost on his back, but positioned up. Elbow right to the back of the head. Bam! All right, 2-1 by TKO round 2. I think he threw more punches after that big elbow to the back of the head, but to be honest, the framed elbow he threw in the clinch probably could have been the end. Next up, we have Jailton Alameda versus Anton Turkali. This is at a 220-pound catch weight, but they both weighed like, I'm pretty sure they both could have weighed in for 215. So I'm not sure why it was at a 220 catch weight, but whatever. It looks like they both went up for this weight to me, because they both came in under that weight. Anyway, this Anton Turkali dude's nickname is the Pleasure Man, and he said he started started training in UFC to steal other dudes' girlfriends. Hilarious. He's not a bad looking dude. He came out to sexy back like Shawn Michaels. I'm sorry, Shawn Michaels. I'm thinking Sexy Boy came out to Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back. I'm bringing Sexy back. All right, Jailton took him down and submitted him. The end. He just jumped on him, took him down. There was a few transitions, got the rear naked choke. Joe Rogan came out and the dude was just talking into the mic. He's Brazilian and Portuguese. To the mic, or I'm sorry, to the camera. No mic, just to the camera. Joe had to come interrupt his rant to interview him. This fight, man, Joe Rogan had to interrupt, I don't know, maybe half the fighters just to interview them. They just were like, oh, I won. Now it's my time to talk into a random camera. It's not a microphone, bro. It's a camera. Although you can hear them sometimes. I'm not sure if that's the camera, if there's just mics around the ring or what. But and then when Joe asked him questions, he talked for a very long time and didn't answer the questions. Like people were starting to get restless. They were starting to boo him a little bit. He wasn't answering any of Joe's questions. Anyways, TKO. I'm sorry. Rear naked choke round 1 for Alameda. So this is just a personal pet peeve of mine, and I'm gonna talk about it again. I do not like when fighters kiss their opponent at the end of the fight against their opponent's will. You understand what I'm saying when I say that? Like, there's certain fighters, and I know it's a cultural thing because you never see American fighters after a fight kissing their opponent. You know why you don't see that? Because that's not culturally appropriate with us. But I don't care what culture you're from. If I just got through punching you in the face and trying to hurt you badly, and you just got through punching me in my face and trying to hurt me badly, at the end of this, we can be professionals, we can show respect as warriors, we can handshake and all that good shit, but don't fucking kiss me on my face after we just got through having a fist fight. That shit is so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful. All right, Alameda beats this guy and then goes and kisses him right away, of course. I really don't like that shit. It makes me mad. It makes me mad. I'm not even in a fight. No one's kissing me, and I'm getting mad about it. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Like, at least wait until after they announce the decision and I get to calm down. My adrenaline's still pumped. I'm pissed I lost. I'm not your fucking friend. I'm your opponent. I'm not your lover. I know it's cultural. I'm just saying, maybe after a fight, don't kiss your opponent until he has a moment to compose themselves. Or he or she. Don't kiss your opponent. Especially when they're not into the kiss. You fucking rapist. There was a promo that called Nate Diaz a Shogun Samurai Ninja. Which, you know, Shogun Samurai who loves to do ninja shit. Sorry. So those three terms are like three different positions. It's like, he's a governor, senator, president. He's a governor, senator who does president shit. Theoretically, you could be a samurai who became a shogun. I guess you could be a ninja who became a shogun. I don't think you could be a ninja and a samurai. I'm pretty sure being a samurai rules you out of being a ninja. Also, being a samurai takes a lifetime. And then being a ninja takes a lifetime. I'm pretty sure you could be a I'm pretty sure you could be a ninja after a samurai, but I don't think you can be a samurai after a ninja. I think samurai is like it's like a Jedi. Ninja's like a Sith, though. You could be a ninja. You just gotta go learn it. But again, I'm pretty sure it takes lifetime to be a ninja too. Don't let Batman fool you. You don't become a ninja for 3 years of training in the snow with Liam Neeson. Well, maybe if it's Liam Neeson. Anyways, those are all Japanese figures from around the same time period. So I guess the UFC did a much better job of promoting the UFC Rock shoes. Number one, they showed that there's more than just the bright red and white ones. There's also black color palette for them. Those red ones are just too much for me, but the black ones don't look bad. And instead of just shoehorning them in our face every single fight, what they did was they didn't really mention it during the fights. The corners were still wearing them though, and they just played the promos with The Rock talking, which is great because he's recognizable, and that's what's gonna make people buy these shoes. No one's gonna buy shoes because barefoot fighters say buy shoes. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it'd be like, could you imagine if NFL players were trying to sell boxing gloves? Because they don't wear boxing gloves. All right, the prelim main fight, what is that? Prelim feature bout was between Hakeem Dawodu and Julian Erosa. Dawodu missed weight, not by 8 pounds. Dawodu missed weight, not by 8 pounds, and weirdly there wasn't 3 other fights at almost the same weight class that they could do a 3-way trade to shuffle him into a new bigger money payout. Herb Dean got mixed reactions when he got announced. Boos and cheers. Shouldn't be booing Herb Dean, man. Herb Dean's one of the best referees out there. Don't get it twisted. I talk a lot of shit about Herb Dean, but that's because I talk a lot of shit about Herb Dean, but when I talk shit about Herb Dean, I don't say I hate Herb Dean or Herb Dean's garbage. What I say is what this event under Herb Dean's watch was bad because of Herb Dean missing this or this happened, right? I'm just explaining what happened and giving the information. I don't have a problem with Herb Dean. I actually like Herb Dean. Like, go watch his interviews. He was actually a fighter too. I respect that. Like, I like Herb Dean. Like, he's a good dude, and I think he's one of the better refs. One of the best refs out there. Just every ref makes mistakes. Every ref be fucking up. Everyone. I just talked about Mike Beltran missing a big elbow to the back of the head, and Mike Beltran don't fucking play. Mike Beltran don't play. If I had to say the best right now, it might be Mike Beltran. He might be the best. But again, they all make mistakes. Chris Tione always fucking up. Goddard makes mistakes every once in a while. You know what I mean? And Goddard's really good. Herzog makes mistakes. He's pretty good. Dean makes mistakes. He's pretty good. You know what I mean? And I think the refs that were making the bad mistakes are already gone or have moved on to bigger and better things because they're not like Big Dan Murgliata's good. What's his name? Old dude that left and like started his own shit. What the fuck? He's got it. He does like analyst stuff now. John McCartney? Is that Big John McCartney? Yeah. Hakeem Dawodu versus Julian Erosa. Erosa started fast. He hurt Dawodu very early. He was throwing these like rabid uppercuts. I don't even know if they were rabid, but he was just landing these uppercuts. He was landing uppercuts in the clinch. He was landing uppercuts in exchanges, like counter uppercuts. He landed a lot of uppercuts, Erosa. He looked a step ahead on the feet starting out. His right hand just couldn't miss. He landed a flying knee right at the end. Frying knee. He fried his knee, then threw it at Dawodu, because Dawodu's black. Just kidding, he's Canadian. I think he's Canadian. For sure he's Canadian. There's a lot of Canadian fighters on this card for some reason. Because it was in Vegas, that's why I say for some reason. I wasn't sure that Dawodu was going to even make it to the corner. Like, he stumbled to the corner after round 1. Second round, he was complaining to something in the corner, and his corner was just like, stop it! Stop it! And then gave him his direction. He came out second round, looked much better. He had much more of a grounded approach. He was more aggressive. He was landing big elbows. He landed a big elbow as they broke from the clinch, I believe. He just looked good until Erosa got the takedown. Got right on the back, body triangle for like 2 minutes left. Dawodu did manage to get back up right at the end, but he didn't get anything done. A third round. To be honest with you, I feel like he won that second round, Dawodu. I mean, again, just like in that earlier fight, Erosa had more control time. He landed the most significant strike, I don't know, that elbow Dawodu landed might have been the most significant strike, but Erosa probably landed the most significant strike because he couldn't miss with his right hand or those uppercuts. He's throwing like a right. It wasn't quite an overhand, and it wasn't quite a straight. It was somewhere in between a right overhand and a right straight. But he was landing it consistently, and he kept landing these these right uppercuts too. But I think that elbow off the break from Dawodu might have been the most impactful punch. I feel like Dawodu was the aggressor. I feel like he controlled the pace. But again, Erosa did have the control time, and it looked bad for Dawodu because he was on the ground till virtually the end of the round. Round 2, Dawodu was pressing. Round 3, excuse me. Dawodu was pressing, but Erosa was still landing that right hand, still landing uppercuts. He was landing them uppercuts sneakily in the clinch. Like they would get into the clinch and the way he was throwing the elbows would be like in flow with his body movement to the point where Dawodu, I don't even think he was seeing them coming until they were hitting him. He went to the takedown again, Erosa, with about a minute or so left. Got the back, got into the body triangle. Dawodu did reverse the position and get up on top right at the end of the fight, but I don't think he did enough. Neither did the refs. Erosa won by decision. That's it for these prelims. Thank you for watching. That's what I'm happy about. Bye.